There are certain things the music industry will give you: fame, power, money, and drama. And sometimes, this drama could get so messy that it will turn friends against each other. This is the case of top rappers Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti. The two rappers managed to take over the rap scene, but it didn't take a while before the industry took its toll on their friendship. Stay tuned to the end of this video to find out how brothers Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti turned ops. The history of their friendship. In the early 2000s, Gucci Mane and Yo Gotti were some of the hottest rappers coming out of Memphis and Alabama at the time. Recognizing that they were a great combo, they realized that it was best for the both of them to collaborate and watch each other's back in the industry. They released several mixtapes together, sang each other's ad-libs, and even appeared on a mixtape with DJ Drama. It didn't take a while before their joint power became big. Their names topped the list of upcoming rappers in the whole of the United States, and the big dogs in the industry began to seek them out. The start of the beef. Yo Gotti and Gucci Mane were so close that they never imagined that anything would come between them. In fact, even if they thought about having issues, they never expected it to completely ruin the relationship they had. Things began to go south for the two rappers on October 17th, 2012. You see, anyone who is a fan of Gucci Mane knows that this day is very significant in the life of the rapper. October 17th, which numerically translates to 1017, was the day Gucci Mane independently released his own studio album, as well as launched his record label, 1017. Before the day came, Gucci Mane promoted it crazily across the world, and it was definitely hard to miss. Not only was he promoting the release of his studio album, Trap God, but he also promoted the launch of his record label. Now here's where the issue started. After Gucci Mane's album campaign began, Yo Gotti announced that he was also going to release his mixtape, CM7 The World Is Yours, on October 17th, 2012. The same day Gucci Mane was set to release his album. Now, this day was very significant to Gucci Mane, mostly because it was associated with his record label, and he saw the day as his day of independence. It even became World Gucci Mane Day. So when news got to him that his friend and brother Yo Gotti was going to drop a mixtape on that same day, it didn't sit very well with him. We all know how this goes. When a rapper releases an album or mixtape, fans are going to bump to it all day, all week, hell, even all month if it's that good. Gucci Mane saw his Trap God album as a major project that was going to kick off his independent record label, and he assumed that Yo Gotti tried to get in the way of that. On the other hand, Yo Gotti claimed that he never knew that Gucci Mane had planned to release an album on that day, and he eventually reached out to him to apologize as well as change the release date of his own mixtape. But this was where Yo Gotti got the bad energy from Gucci Mane. According to Gotti, immediately he got to know about Gucci Mane's plan, he reached out to Gucci via phone call in order to apologize to him and talk things over, but Gucci never responded to his call. He went as far as calling someone in Gucci Mane's camp and asking the person to tell Gucci Mane that he had been trying to reach out to him. Still, there was no response from Gucci Mane. This was when Yo Gotti realized that things had actually gone south between them. Yo Gotti spoke about the situation in an interview, and according to him, he never actually knew that Gucci Mane planned to release his album that day, mostly because he isn't really a social media guy, and he never knows what rappers are up to or when their music was dropping and all of that. Gotti also added that when he heard about Gucci Mane releasing his album on 1017, he thought it was a great thing for both of them because they were like brothers, and it wouldn't be bad to shine together. But that wasn't how Gucci Mane saw the whole situation. Social media diss and diss tracks. After the 1017 issue, there was a huge rift in the relationship between the two rappers. It didn't take a while before they started sending out subtle disses on social media and going into the studio to call each other out on diss tracks. In a short while, the world watched as the rap industry devoured the friendship of two great friends. The diss started after Gucci Mane sent a subtle sub to Yo Gotti on Twitter. He tweeted, "Why would another artist put their mixtape out on 1017 if they ain't Brick Squad? You ain't me to pound Trap God." Yo Gotti isn't exactly an active social media user, so he didn't respond to Gucci Mane's tweet. But Gucci Mane didn't stop at just the tweet. He also released a diss track where he dissed Yo Gotti and many other rappers. In the song Birds of a Feather, Gucci Mane said, "I used to with Gotti till he turned into a buster." Yo Gotti never responded to the diss track either, and when he was asked in an interview whether he was going to respond, he didn't say yes or no. He only said he was disappointed in Gucci Mane. The end of their friendship and the several diss tracks they sent across to each other put a limelight on the rappers back in 2012, and everyone wanted to know exactly what went down between the both of them. They eventually spoke about the situation in interviews. Yo Gotti's account. Yo Gotti explained what happened before the tapes dropped, saying he knew Gucci was upset he would be dropping his tape on the same day.
It came down to me and homie were dropping on the same day. I didn't know in the beginning. I found out a day or so later. But once I find out, because he's supposed to be my homeboy, I hit his phone immediately. Because I'm thinking like, we gonna shut it down.
Gotti said.
So I hit him, and he ain't hit me back. He ain't answer.
He continued.
So I'm thinking like maybe he got a different number. Last minute, we in the lab, we heard about the tweet.
Referring to the tweet where Gucci Mane said, "Why would another artist put their mixtape out on 1017 if they ain't Brick Squad? You ain't be the Power Trap God?" Yo Gotti went on to say what they talked about on the call after the tweet.
I immediately hit his phone, was like, "What's up, homie, you good?" You know, we chopped it up, and long story short, from that point, I realized that homie had an issue for whatever reason. It was of his free music and my free music coming out the same day. I don't really get it, on the screen for me feeling like he's my homeboy. I say, cool, do your thing. I'll come out tomorrow.
Yo Gotti continues to say in the end, he is just disappointed in Gucci, whom he considered a friend.
I'm more disappointed than anything.
He said,
"Cause you mentioned a diss record. I heard about the record last night. I'm more disappointed in him than anything. Cause I looked at him different. What I perceived of him is not the way he playing out. The Gucci I always knew, I thought he was a straight up stand up guy. Street type dude. And street dudes don't handle business like that."
But just as Yo Gotti saw Gucci Mane in a different light, Gucci Mane also lost his respect for Yo Gotti. Gucci Mane account. According to Gucci Mane, the whole situation felt like Yo Gotti was going to double cross him, and instead of returning Gotti's calls and speaking about the issue, he made a tweet that made the situation worse. He wrote, "Why would another artist put their mixtape out on 1017 if they ain't Brick Squad? You ain't be the Power Trap God." Following the tweet where he threw shots at Gotti, Gucci conducted an interview on Atlanta's Hot 107.9 radio station where he further explained why he had issues with Yo Gotti, revealing that it all stems from their mixtapes, CM7 and Trap God, dropping on the same day, October 17th.
I said Gotti was cool with me until he turned into a buster. I never said that we weren't cool. I said we was cool until this point right here.
He said during the interview.
My main problem with him was that he dropped his mixtape on 1017,
the name of Gucci's record label.
and tried to like ride my wave, like he was an artist of mine, or we get some kind of money together. For an artist to drop their mixtape on 1017, which is my label, on the day I drop all my projects, why would you drop it on 1017? When I call you as my partner to ask why you did it, you say, "Oh, I didn't know you could drop on the mixtape." It just made me lose all respect for him instantly.
Gucci continued. The two rappers never agreed to see reasoning from each other's perspective, and they were willing to allow their friendship to go down the drain rather than let things slide. Keisha Kaur issue. A couple of years after the 2017 issue had settled a bit, an even bigger issue emerged between the rappers, and this time, it involved Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kaur. The issue began in 2016 when Angela Yee asked Yo Gotti about being involved with Keisha Kaur in the past. However, in May of 2021, the matter came up all over again, and this time, it caused a huge stir on social media. DJ Academics went on a Twitch stream and spoke about the issue that the world seemed to have forgotten. During the broadcast on Twitch, someone he was talking to talked about Gucci Mane and his wife Keisha Kaur as an example of a solid industry relationship. But Academics quickly chipped in and reminded everyone of Kaur's alleged affair with Yo Gotti while Gucci Mane was behind bars. Hold on now. And I'm gonna be really respectful as I talk about this, because if we really talking about Gucci and his wife, a lot of y'all be like, Gucci's wildin'. He said.
Y'all know allegedly Gucci's wife, while he was locked up, slept with Yo Gotti, right? That's why he cussed out Angela Yee.
DJ Academics didn't realize that it was going to go that viral. So when it was all over the media blogs, he made sure to point out that he meant no disrespect to Gucci Mane's marriage, pointing out plenty of men struggle to make peace with a woman's past. He then said Gucci Mane has a reputation for sleeping with a lot of women before settling down with Keisha Kaur. Gucci at this time was mad, he added. But the girl that he was gonna settle down with, that he actually had an extra for, was Keisha Kaur. He wasn't with her his whole time. He was also kind of running around a little bit. When she decided to do her a little bit, allegedly, she might have been with Yo Gotti. Y'all demonize any girl that was ever with another rapper that y'all can recognize. Gucci married his girl. He realized she was a good girl who held it down and who also helped him out with a lot of. However, neither Gucci Mane nor Yo Gotti publicly commented about the situation after DJ Academics talked about it in 2021. This was mostly because they already addressed the situation with Angela Yee and The Breakfast Club in 2016. Gucci Mane beefs with Angela Yee. Gucci Mane hated Yo Gotti so much that he extended the hate to anyone who sided with Yo Gotti and anyone who spoke to him about their situation. The Breakfast Club host, Angela Yee, was one of the very first people to feel this hate. While in an interview with The Breakfast Club, Angela Yee asked Yo Gotti about his situation with Keisha Kayor and Gucci Mane. In the 2016 clip, Angela questioned Yo Gotti about rumors of his involvement with Keisha Kayor. Yo Gotti seemingly confirmed it, stating, "I didn't know that. Come on, man. You know how the game go. Keeping it a G. Shawty the one told me she used to mess with homie. Like, I didn't know that. I think Shawty cool. Like, let's clear that up. I don't think anything less of Shawty. I got the utmost respect for Shawty. I think she cool. Think she a hustler, all that. When she told me all that, I didn't think nothing like they about to get murdered or nothing like that." Gucci Mane wasn't very pleased with Angela Yee asking Yo Gotti about the situation. So, he went on to reveal that Angela Yee made a move on him and tried to get him to hook up with her as a means of getting back at her for the interview. He also posted a video on Instagram from his 2017 interview where he accused Angela of trying to pursue a sexual relationship with them in 2010. However, Yee went on to deny his accusation. Gucci's Instagram caption, however, implied that their run-in resulted in him being banned from appearing on the show again. It read, "Wow, so you mean to tell me the Breakfast Club banned me for this? How truth hurts, foul girl by Angela Yee replied to the post on his comment section saying, "Back on those drugs, I see." Gucci responded by saying, "Wow, that's deep," with a laughing emoji.